name is Rose. Welcome back to Discography Reviews, the series where I listen to an artist's discography album by album in chronological order. We're back with King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, album number 2, Eyes Like the Sky. I really liked the previous album, so apparently this one is a bit different. I've heard some whisperings that this is a little more experimental than Tall Barbours. So we shall see. Let's get straight into it, because I'm excited to hear more. So, Eyes Like the Sky, track 1.
The bad white man called him the devil. The alibi called him Eyes Like the Sky.
Oh. Wow. A lot cleaner than the last album. Like, not as much distortion, not as much noise. A lot more distinctive. Like, you can pick out each instrument quite easily.
The story takes place in the hinterlands of the newly formed United States and Territories.
That same vocal from Sam Cherry's Last Shot, which I've been told is Ambrose's dad. Thank you for commenting that. I appreciate informative comments that explain a little bit about what I'm listening to, because obviously I don't know everything. I really like the instrumentation in this, though.
Presence of the Southwest. Every hatred's growing in you.
Wow. This seems like it might be a concept album if the rest of the tracks kind of follow the same path, which I'm guessing they will, because the first track on an album usually sets the tone for what is to come. That was really cool. I like the instrumentation. Again, the guitars stand out a lot for me in this band so far. Very had a lot of the same techniques as used in Sam Cherry's Last Shot, track number 6 of the last album. Yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes. Let's continue on with track number 2, Year of Our Lord. Oh, some screams. Oh. Wow. Funky.
Chapter 1. They've been watching the farmhouse for a while. Maybe all day. Mom will return.
Ooh, harmonica. She's back.
Back inside. A small child would be with her. The men watching on the rim, all armed, running smoothly and trackless over the rocks.
Oh.
One of the watchers moved away to tell the main party of what they had seen. The raid was about to start.
Yeah, definitely a concept album. The next song is called The Raid. Wow, this is cool. This definitely feels a lot more thought through and planned out, and like more of an album experience than the last album. Although, is this even an album? It seems like a really intense audio book. It's really cool. I really love the vocal and then the instrumentation and how they work together. Oh, this is sick. This is cool as heck. This feels like the kind of thing that you should listen to, like, on a bus traveling a very long way overnight, and you just put your headphones on and close your eyes and you just listen to it and get into the world, and it's not a casual listen. I don't think this is it's an album experience, and it needs to be appreciated for what it is, and I'm very excited for The Raid. track number 3. Oh. Don't. Is that a guitar? This is cool. This is very urgent, very driving. Sounds like horses. Which I guess is probably the point.
Will be slaughtered. That is how Miguel O'Brien became a yellow fire Apache warrior.
This is just so engaging. I don't have much to say about it. It's just... Yeah, this is like an experience. This is... I don't even know what, like, medium of artistic expression this is. Like, it's a album with songs, but it feels more like a film in audio form. I don't know. It's really... I really like it. This probably isn't, like, a lot of people's favorite thing ever, but it's just, like, the Western sort of feel is really, I really like that. And the voice throughout really, like, makes all the tracks really cohesive, and it's not, there's not so much dialogue that it's, like, overwhelming and distracting, but it's enough to be really interesting and make you want to hear more. Yeah, this is really clever and cool, and I'm into it. Track number 4, Drum Run.
Miguel O'Brien ran with the Apaches. He ran and ran, and as his legs grew, he glided over the desert earth.
So they're talking about a character that was introduced in the last song. I love the drums. It really does feel like a chase scene. I want to know if there's any music videos that go along with this. I'm gonna look that up. Doesn't really look like there's any videos that I can find that go with this. There's a trailer from 8 years ago. It just feels so much like a soundtrack that I'd love to see the visuals that accompany this. Although I guess maybe the point is you create your own visuals based only on the audio and your brain. It's almost like hypnotic. Most of the tracks sort of start or end with these like chimes that are really quiet but kind of... this is so clever. I'm really excited about this. Yeah, track number 5, Evil Men. Let's just keep going. This is an experience.
Then one morning the Americans did come, led by a man holding a leather book with a cross stamped in the leather.
Ooh. I'm not really super sure what the story is. I'll have to listen through a couple times, because I know there's like a few main characters, and there's like, it's a bit of a Western American 1860s epic. The music is just so good. Sort of different to their normal stuff as well. They're not relying on the effects that they usually use. It's much more typical Western country kind of music.
So, at the age of 16, Miguel was back among his father's people.
Who plays the harmonica for them? Because it's so good. Wow. This is so cool. This is so cool. I knew a lot of that stuff would be like really different and unexpected, and I certainly was not expecting this. This is definitely not the sort of psychedelic microtonal rock punk stuff that you kind of normally associate with King Giz. But they still managed to pull it off really convincingly. And wow. Alright, track 6, Fort Whipple.
The Americans took the trussed-up boy to a place called Fort Whipple, a fly-blown group of tents surrounded by a stone and timber stockade. What do you make of him? He asked the God-man.
All these tracks are very similar. But in this format, that's fine. If they were like super different, it wouldn't really work as like an audiobook kind of thing. The percussion is really strong on this track, actually.
When angry, swift and final in its reply.
This is so like powerful, and it tells the story so well. I'm so impressed. This is great. I mean, it's a pretty simple concept, like to have different stages of a story told across 10 tracks and set some music to it, but it's so believable and engaging that and well thought out as well. This is really cool. All right, track 7, The Godman's Goat Lust. It's all chronological as well, so it helps the tracks to connect to each other. It really has to be listened to like as an album.
Outside door. The God-man never got...
The music is definitely like a supporting soundtrack to the audio, which is kind of the vocals are the main focus across all of these tracks, and the instruments are just supporting, but they support in such a clever way. It's really spooky. Not a whole lot of like words. I don't know, there's maybe like 12 sentences per song or so. But it paints such a picture. Like, this is really well written, as well as, like, composed. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to listen to this album a few more times. As I always do when I after I first listen to an album, you always have to go back, because it changes and develops on multiple listens. But this is the kind of thing, like, I'm gonna need just like a quiet little corner to curl up in and just like absorb what's happening. Yeah, alright. Track number 8, The Killing Ground. A lot of ambient sounds, not as much music.
Chapter 5. For days they traveled.
Ominous. Really spooky. I love it. Very similar sound palette throughout the whole album. Same instruments used, same sort of style, but I think it needs to be that consistent for this kind of thing. Wow. I really like the use of sound effects and stuff. It's a really immersive album. Like, it really draws you in and makes you like sit down and listen and pay attention. Really brutal as well. Alright, track number 9, Dust in the Wind.
More bullets hit the girl.
So dramatic.
The young man looked at her body, and as she died, he worked some birds, and he knew where to go.
Same urgent drums from earlier on. Now the chase scene.
Clad skins, and they walked confidently towards the girl. sharp sporting rifle will reach a long way in the right hands.
Wow. This finale, I think, is gonna be quite something. Really intense, and the intensity kind of, it's, wow. It really is like an audiobook, on steroids. I think this is definitely supposed to be listened to as an album, not track by track, as I'm kind of doing it, because they do definitely like flow into each other. Yeah, what a setup for the last song. Track 10, Guns and Horses. It's only a minute long, so we'll see what happens, but I'm a little nervous.
The young man by now was astride a horse and making for a yellow pies.
Love the guitars here.
He had more guns and horses than he needed, and he knew where two white men were sitting in the dip.
Kind of overpowers the vocals a little bit.
The white men would be calling for their mothers and their godbite, and satisfied by their agony.
Wow. Wow. That was unexpected. I know people in the comments of the last video were like, you're about to go on a journey. One album is not like the other. They're all completely different, and I was like, alright, sure. They're a bit different. They have some sonic development, but literally we went from like a Australian garage punk rock album to a fully developed soundtrack audiobook. That was really amazing. That was great. I love that. That's probably not like everyone's cup of tea. I don't think this is definitely not their most popular album by a long way, but yeah, I love that. That was cool. I'm so keen to listen again. That was sick. Such a engaging story that really, like, every track was connected, and it really did feel like chapters instead of like songs. Yeah, what an album. Wow. What's the next album, just out of curiosity? Next album is Float Along, Fill Your Lungs, which starts with a 16-minute track. Wow, I'm really excited for this, to keep listening to that stuff, because that was so unexpected and wonderful, and I'm very excited to see what happens next. Thanks for watching. I will get the next video out as soon as possible. I know there are some folks keen to see what I think about the next few, so yeah, I'll work on that when I can. But yeah, thank you for watching. If there's an artist or an album in particular that you would like me to look at in the future, please leave a comment. If you'd like to support the channel, please like and subscribe. I'm like 2 subscribers away from 300, which I know is an arbitrary number, and we're all in a universe, and base 10 is just a human construct and everything is dust, but you know, it satisfies my need for external validation. Yeah, that's all from me. Thank you. Goodbye.